This is the menu button here. What happens. A lot of people they don't even know that these three lines here indicate the menu button. So technology is evolving, and with evolving technology, a lot of things change. So these three horizontal lines, they indicate a menu button. So a lot of people, they ask us, from where do I click? How do I go to RT Auto Trade Scanner? How do I go to I can't see the menu button. So these three horizontal lines are the menu button. So you click here and you go to Shasva Star Scanner. Okay. Now Shasva Star Scanner, we will not be able to make justice to Shasva Star Scanner, and you will not be able to completely appreciate the Shasva Star Scanner until and unless you know what it does. So basically, what the Shasva Star Scanner does is we have these proprietary algorithms. So it is, our system is a 100% automated system. There is nobody working at the back end. It is a 100% automated system powered by algorithms and driven by artificial intelligence. So what our 18 algorithms do is they filter stocks, and the factors that are used for analysis are, so it looks for long-term trend, short-term trend, intermittent trend. Okay, it looks for these trends, and it checks for volatility of the stocks that it is scanning. It checks for smoothness of trend. It checks for momentum. It checks for volume buildup. Sometimes there is huge volume buildup in a stock, so it checks for that volume buildup. It checks for it. Analyzes the time frame, so it analyzes stocks according to their time frame. So there are some stocks that are suitable for certain time frame and not suitable for certain time frame. Like we have seen, there are many stocks which are not suitable for EOD trading, but somehow they are very smooth when you trade them in 75-minute chart on a 75-minute chart, or vice versa. Some stocks are very smooth on the weekly chart, not so much on the daily chart. So it checks for the time frame. It does the time frame analysis. It then, once it analyzes the time frame, it compares the time frames, and if there is a stock which is best suited for 75-minute trading and weekly trading, it will suggest that stock in 75-minute and weekly, and not otherwise. It checks for the tradability of a stock. So there are many stocks which are either going up or going down, but they are not tradable, which means that their movement is so erratic. They continuously, sometimes they are breaking the resistance and then again breaking support, and one day they will go up very sharply. After 2 days they will come down very sharply. There will be a steep rise over 4 days, and over the next 3 days they will give up all the gains that they have made over the last 4 days, and so on and so forth. So these stocks are not tradable. So although these stocks, you may find that these stocks have gone from 100 to 150, but these stocks are not tradable stocks. So that is something that the Shasva algos do. They scan the stocks for that. They scan stocks for their reliability. Now, what does reliability mean? There are times that when we trade stocks, and let's say a very long-term investor is following the weekly stop loss. So it will check how many times, say in the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever time frame we are scanning, how many times it has actually broken that weekly support. So whether this stock is reliable, how reliable that stock is. Okay, or for that matter, a stock which has gained considerably over the last 2 years, and you see that the stock gives up its gains in just mere 2-3 months, all that it has gained in the last 2-3 years. So it checks for the reliability of the stock. It checks for institutional buying and institutional activity, any other institutional activity. So what happens is, when these things are very apparent, a lot of people they still believe that you cannot trade, you cannot invest, or you cannot trade long term using price and volume analysis, which is a fallacy. You can do very well in your long term investment using price and volume analysis. So price and volumes are actual reflection of the stock, is what is happening behind the scenes, whether with the management, whether in the company, whether in their order book, whether they are coming out with a new product, or they are increased market share or reduced market share, or they are coming up with a very new promising product. Whatever the story may be, price and volumes are a reflection of that. Okay, it acts as a mirror. So there are a lot of fundamental analysts, people who think that you should know what is going on behind the scenes. You should know the management, and you should know this stuff like this. They believe in seeing the real thing, but we are living in this strange world where you may not see the real thing, but you may still see it. But a radar is a very good example. So a radar, it picks up something flying over your head. You may not actually see it, but the radar tells you that it is there, that object is there. Okay. In shipping, they use this sonar technology. So what happens when submarines, they go deep down, they risk hitting a big rock or a big mountain which is submerged under the ocean. So what they do is they use the sonar technology. So what is the sonar technology? It sends an audio signal, and that audio signal, it hits that object and it comes back. So when it comes back, it tells almost everything that you need to know about the waves. They tell you everything, how big that object is, how far away it is, and stuff like that, how dense that object is, whether it is a moving object or whether it is a stationary object. So these things can be known. That is exactly what price and volume analysis is. Price and analysis, volume analysis is a reflection of what is actually going on in the market. So if you think that you cannot invest in the long term using price and volume, it is a very, very, very big fallacy. In fact, we believe that you can do better. You can do much better, because your efficiency is greatly reduced when you do all these back-end analysis, where you go and analyze the management, and you analyze who are the independent directors, and you study the balance sheets, and you study the financial reports, and you study the projections, and you study the cash flow, and then you are looking at news, and you are looking at competition, and you are looking at so many things that even the best of people in their entire lifetimes, probably they cannot analyze more than 10-15 companies in their entire lifetimes. So here your efficiency is greatly increased, because you are not getting into all that, and for a fraction of the information that you have, you can get the complete picture. That is what price and volume analysis is. Okay, so the system also, the algorithms also check for institutional activity and institutional buying. It analyzes the risk. Okay, so it not only analyzes the monetary risk, but the price and volume related risk also. That means if there is a risk pertaining to the sharp falling in prices, or volumes drying up, so it gives you that risk also. So it not only gives you monetary risk, it gives you the price and volume related risk also. It gives you the entry and exit points along with entry and exit criteria. So what the algorithms do is they analyze they analyze and give you the entry and exit points along with the entry and exit criteria. The software scans for irregular and erratic price movements. So if there are a lot of operator driven stocks which are which are not reliable. You cannot rely on the company per se. So this is a very big worry with investors. They look for a multi-bagger, and their biggest fear is these T group stocks, these stocks which are very low on volumes, which are supposedly operator driven stocks. People are wary of these stocks. So our system also checks for those stocks as well. Okay, it checks stocks for erratic or irregular volumes. So there are many stocks, many counters where you see there is no activity for weeks or months, and suddenly one day there is a spike in volumes and there is heightened activity. Again, after that 7, 10, 15 days there is a lull, and again there will be a spike. So it clearly shows that there are promoters who are doing what do you call as the ring trading. They just one person is buying and the other is selling, and the third is buying and the fourth is selling, and so on and so forth. So to understand this, all these things is done by the algorithms to give a SHASVA star rating. So that is the SHASVA star rating. And the SHASVA star rating, like yesterday we discussed, it is not one size fits all. Okay, it is not one size fits all. So you have for the same stock, there is a rating for the short term. For the same stock, there is a rating for the long term. Okay. So there may be a stock where for the short term the prices are going down, and the long term the prices are going up. And for the long term investor, it may be a very good stock for going long, but for the short term trader, it may be a very good stock for shorting the market or shorting the stock. Okay, short selling it. So if in the short term, if the price falls by 5%, then it may be a very good trade for a short term trader, and for a long term investor, it might not make any difference, because if the price is corrected 20%, then 25% does not make much of a difference. So what the SHASVA star scanner does is it scans for stocks in the short term, medium term, intermediate term, and the long term. So like I said, there is no one size fits all. There is, small, medium, large, and extra large. Okay, so there is one size for everyone. And a lot of people, a lot of our users, they ask us, they think that Shasva is only for traders. So they ask us that, is there anything for the long-term investor or the people who are not derivatives or futures traders and investors? So you may be a short-term investor looking to just buy and after a couple of months sell it for a higher price for some profit, or you may be a long-term trader who are looking to buy for more than 2 years, 3 years. That is your horizon. For everyone, Shasva, the Shasva Star Scanner is an extremely useful tool. It is such a fantastic tool that it can do, like Pashin always says, what 1,000 analysts cannot do, that Shasva Star Scanner can do, and that too in a matter of seconds, not even minutes. So if you select the market, let's say we select the NSE market. Okay, you select the NSE market and you select short term. So here you select short term and you say that we are looking for 3 to 4 star. Of course, we can go for 5-star, but unfortunately till now we haven't got a single 5-star stock. So you can go from 3-star to 5-star. Your trend direction is long, and you scan. So what you see here is, out of the 2,000 stocks in NSE, within a fraction of a second, it has filtered, it has analyzed and done everything, and it has given you 7 stocks which are 3-star or plus. Okay, so here there are no 4-star stocks also. There is only 3-star stock. It has given you these 7 3-star stocks. And if you see the quality of the stock, you will truly appreciate what the Shasva Star Scanner can do. Okay, so your fear that it is an unheard of company, we don't know what the company does, we don't know whether it's a promoter driven stock script. So here if you see Ajanta Pharma, pretty well known stock, a pretty well known company. Biocon, a pretty well known stock, pretty well known company. Britannia Industries, same. Larsen and Toubro, the lesser said the better. Torrent Pharmaceuticals. So you see the quality of the stocks, and this is done within the fraction of a second. Okay. So if you can change the horizon to, let's say you go for a long term. So somebody who is looking to invest, you say you have 10 lakh rupees spare capital and you want to invest for the long term. So your horizon is, say, let's say 2 years, and for you want to buy something today that you can probably sell after 1.5 to 2 years. So you say long term and 3 to 5-star, and trend direction is again long. And so again, if you see that same stock, Abbott, is now your, so it has given you 43 stocks within a fraction of a second. It has done all these calculations. It has tested for all these parameters that I told you: long-term trend, short-term trend, intermediate trend, volatility, smoothness of trend, momentum, volume buildup, time frame analysis, comparison between time frames, tradability of the stock, reliability of the stock. It has tested for institutional buying, institutional activity. It has done the risk analysis. It has checked for irregular or erratic price. It has checked for irregular or erratic volumes. After doing all this, it has given you this list. So out of 1,500 to 2,000 stocks, it has picked the cherries, 43 stocks, and it has given you within the fraction of a second. Okay, so you can, I'm telling you all this so you can truly appreciate what the Shasva Star Scanner is and what the Shasva Star Scanner can do. Okay, you can choose to select all the time frames. Okay, if let's say there are investors and traders who are not very clear. So there are people who will buy and probably sell it within 3 months, or probably hold it for 1 year or 2 years for that matter. So they really are not very sure whether they are there for the long term or they're there for the very short term. Very interestingly, last week I got a call from a doctor who happens to trade in the stock market and who happens to be now a Shasva user. So I told him, sir, what do you do in the stock market? He said, nothing. मैं stock लेता हूँ और थोड़ा ऊपर जाता तो बेच देता हूँ. I said, fantastic. That's a very good strategy. I did not know you could do that. Right. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you must know what you're doing in the stock market. But nevertheless, if you don't know, you can select these time horizons, and you can scan for short term, medium term, long term, intermediate term, all at one go. Okay. So see, 123 stocks. It has taken, I think, around 3 seconds or 4 seconds. I did not count. Okay. To bring up stocks, 123 stocks from NSE out of a list of almost 2,000 stocks. And it has done all these calculations. It has run all these algorithms, and it has given you stocks for the long term, for the short term, for the medium term, for the intermediate term, everything. It has given you 4-star stocks. It has given you 3-star stocks. Now, once you have scanned for these stocks, you can click here on the star rating. So the star grid will open up. Okay, the star grid will open, and here the star grid. See, the star grid has opened. Okay, you can select on this. So the chart tab. So your chart will open. Okay, so here it was. If you saw, it was for the long term. Abbott was for the long term. What we click. So if I can take you back, you will understand. See, Abbott here is 4-star for the long term. Okay, so if we click on the chart, what it does is, because it is long term, by default it will open a 1-week chart. By default, okay, it will open a 1-week chart. So because you have scanned for the stock for the long term, okay, what it will, the chart here, you cannot change it from historical to intraday, because for the simple reason that of course this is NSE, so any which ways you don't get intraday, and you cannot change the one from 1 week. You cannot change it into a daily chart because you have scanned for this specific time frame. Okay, but however, these things remain intact. You can change everything else. You can change from a candle chart to a bar chart, and plus now you see when I open the chart, you see it is opening in my default template. So that also is is a given, that whenever you open the chart from there, it will open in your default template only. Whatever for the historical chart, whatever default template you have set, it will open in that. Having said that, you can add studies, whatever you want to add, for whatever you use. Maybe you use super trend, or you want to use whatever. You can add you can add a Shasva algo if you want. You can delete anything you want. So if you want to let go of Hope Quotient, if you want to let go of Snowball, if you want to add Shakti, so Shakti will be added. So all these things you can still do on the chart. Okay, so while the time frame and the horizon remains static, you can do everything else on the chart when you open the chart from that Shasva Star Scanner window. Okay, so we go back to this. So you can sort the stocks by the star rating. So if you click here, so you say all the 4-star rated stocks come on the top. Okay, so you have sorted the stocks as per the star rating. Now what happens there, once you have sorted the stocks on as per the star rating, and you click on the chart here, what you need to do is, Saturdays normally it takes longer than usual to open the chart. So now this chart is open. What you need to do is, if you can see here, there is this next button. So either you can press the next button, or you can press shift and right. So you will go to the next chart in the order that you have sorted. Okay, so if you have sorted as per the star rating, the charts will open in the order that you have sorted. If you have not sorted, you can sort it in any which manner you want. When you go next, in that order, in whichever order you have sorted the stocks, they will open. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's say we go to NSE. NSE again is a very is a much regulated market than BSE. BSE you find this low market cap stocks. Mostly stocks that are operator driven, P group stocks. You mostly find on the BSE and not on NSE. So what we will do is we will go to BSE, and the same parameters of short term, medium term, intermediate term, and long term, and 3 to 5 star for long trend, we will scan. So if we scan, okay, now I think this time it took 6 to 7 seconds. Okay, now if you see 80 stocks out of a list of 6,000 stocks, 80 stocks, it has it has done all the filtration and everything, and it has given you 80 stocks from more than 5,000 stocks at the click of a button. And now once again, if you want to see the quality of the stocks here, now we are not, like I said, like I mentioned, there is no human intervention whatsoever. It is the machine doing everything. So the quality of the stock is also picked by the machine. What I want to say here is, why I'm stressing on this so much is that, it has, without you even knowing, it has filtered out all those operator driven stocks. It has a method of doing it, and it has filtered out all those stocks, and it has given you stocks. If you see the quality of the scripts that are here, Bajaj Finance, Titan Company, HDFC Bank, Infosys, Trent Limited, Reliance Industries, Abbott, Hindustan Unilever, Britannia Industries, you can just see the quality of the stocks, and you will understand what kind of analysis is being done by the Shasva algos. Okay, SRF, GMM, Fodler Limited. I don't know what script is it. So probably we'll open the chart and we'll see what kind of a stock it is. I mean, I hope we will all agree that this is a fantastic chart. It is, it is mind blowing. This chart is it is blowing me away. GMM Fodler, I honestly did not know. I still don't know what the company is and what it does. But it is a 4,000 rupee stock, which by the click of a button, the system has given us on a platter, ready made on a platter. Okay, you can see all the other stocks here, right? You can see there is IOL Chemical, Vinati Organics, Mannapuram Finance, Hexaware Technologies, Granules, Biocon. Can you see any T group stock here? And you have to trust me when I tell you this, that there is no human intervention whatsoever. There is nobody that is telling the system that you should if tomorrow there is a T group stock, there is a stock that fulfills all the criteria of being a 3-star, 4-star stock in Shasva, that will come here. Okay, so it is scanning the full market, the whole of BSE. It is scanning all the 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. I exactly don't know how many stocks are. You can Google now and you can check how many stocks are there on the BSE. It is scanning all those stocks and it is giving you. Okay, and Shasva Star Scanner is, it also helps you to understand where the market is headed. How is, let's say we go for NSE futures, and because it is NSE futures, there is no point in going for the intermediate term, long term, or the medium term. Short term, anything around 6 months is more than enough. We again scan for 3 to 5 star stocks long, or maybe here we will go for 2-star stocks also. Let's see, and we scan. Okay, so you see there are 14 stocks altogether in NSE futures long when we scan for stocks between 2 to 5 stars. Okay, now let us scan for short. You see here, there are 117 stocks. So now you understand why our market outlook, market analysis is saying down, 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 down. Why everything is down? Because for long, we got how many stocks? I don't remember. It was, let's do it again. I think I'm going old. So the 14 stocks, okay. And for shorting, we got 117 stocks in all. So you can work out the ratio. You can work out the ratio, right? And even after that, if in the long, in the long trend, if there are stocks that are doing exceptionally well, it will still, populate that stock, and it will still ask you to buy that stock. The best thing that has happened with Shasva, at least with me, is that there was always a predicament that if the market is going down, or if the Nifty is going down, or the Nifty is going up, what are we supposed to do with the stocks? How many stocks? What is the ratio we are supposed to maintain between long and short? How many stocks long and how many stocks short? So we used to always have this, work out and do our analysis, rack our brains, and work out, that okay, in this market probably we'll go, if we are trading 4 stocks, then probably we'll go 3 short and 1 long. That is what we do. Or if it is a volatile market, some days up, some days down. So what we would do is we would say, okay, this time now we will go 2 long, 2 short. That is the ratio we will maintain. It was always a predicament. It was always a very, very, very big issue, with users. But with Shasva, that issue is no longer there, because if even in these times, if the system says that Biocon, Hindustan Unilever, they are all good buys in a particular time frame, just go ahead and buy, regardless of whether the market is going down or up. If the market changes direction, probably in a couple of days, it will give you more short trades than long trades. So the ratio is actually, just when you see here, the ratio of 14 and 117 is maintained by the system. Similarly, there also the ratio, the system knows. Okay, and there are times when the longs do better than the shorts. That is the time it will give you more longs. There are times when the shorts do better than the long. Then that is the time it will give you more short trades. So the system tells you everything. So that is one problem that is taken care of, which is a very, very big relief. Otherwise, it was always a very, very big problem, thinking where to go, which way to go. and whether this is a good time to buy, whether it is not a good time to buy. So if you're a long-term investor and if you think that, whether is this a good time to buy, simply just go to NSE, select the long term, just select the range of the stars, 3 to 5 stars, long direction, and so it says Abbott is a very good buy. It says Bajaj Finance is a good buy for going long. Just go long. You don't have to think whether this is a good time, whether I have to wait for 1 month, whether I have to wait for 2 months. What will the market for the next 2 months may go down? We don't know. The market may correct in the next 2-3 months. But eventually, in the long term, what it says is that these stocks are good stocks to buy. Okay. Of course, having said that, nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow. We have our stop losses in place, and that's how we trade. So that is the Shashwat Star Scanner for you. You can select the market from here. Just select the market. Just select the horizon. Okay. Once you have selected the horizon, select the star range. Go long or short, and you scan, and you get the results. You get the all the for the particular market, for the specific horizon. You get the 3-star, 4-star rated stocks, which would otherwise take God knows how many months and how many people man hours of analysis. This does within a fraction of a second for you. Okay. Now there is we do have the Shashva algo scanners. We do have the custom scanner. Believe me, I have tried everything. I have tried Shashva algo scanners, combining a couple of algos and trying to beat the Shashva Star Scanner. I wasn't able to do that. I tried custom scanner. I tried a lot of things with the custom scanner by trying to see if I could beat the Shashva Star Scanner. There is no way we can do that. There is absolutely no way. So you can use the Shashva algo scanner. You can use the custom scanner. I can take you through the functionalities of the custom scanner and the algo scanner. But having said that, ultimately at the end of the day, you will conclude that the Shashva Star Scanner is Hindi mein bolte na, we say ke sabka baap hai, which is what actually the Shashva Star Scanner is. It is actually the culminating point of everything that we do here. So in the custom scanner, you have to go here on the edit button. You have to select the market. You have to auto run is it will run on the day and the time that you select it to run, and it will give you the result. So if you say you schedule a run every week and you pick a day that is Sunday, and Sunday you can pick a time. Let's say on Sunday you want everything on at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. you want it to show you whatever you have selected for. So let's say you have selected snowball, and let us. I think we will do it again. So you click to add scanner, and let's say you say snowball. So I hope you all know what snowball is. Snowball is basically multiple volumes in multiples. So let's say snowball, and we say that greater than 5x. What does it mean? That it means that all the stocks for whatever time save scanner. Okay, so what it will do in that week, all the stocks that have on any given day volumes more than 5 times their average volumes of the last 6 months, that those stocks will show here. Now you save it. Okay, you save it, and let's say you want to see the result now. So what you say, you say run. Okay, you run and you give a range. So let's say I want to run it from 1st July to 17th July. Okay, and I say run. So it is saying scanning results for, and you have to click here on show last scan results, and it will show you the result of all the stocks that have more than 5x volumes on and it will show you the date on which the volumes were very high. You can again select it as per so Welspun on this 7th July there was 31x volumes. If you want to see the chart, click on the chart. Again, today being Saturday and it being evening, charts may take a while to load. So if you look at the chart, the chart itself is so, it is not appealing at all. And no wonder it is a 1-star and a 2-star stock here. So here, although there is 31x volumes, and you would be overwhelmed and you would be excited by looking at these volumes. Ultimately, when you look at the chart, you realize that it is not a stock worth trading. So again, you go back to Shashva Star Scan. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. No matter how much you scan, no matter what you do, you will at the end of the day realize that the Shashva Star Scanner is the ultimate scanner that you can have. Yeah. So you can again there are a lot of things that you can do. You can go back here and you edit you can either edit it or you can add. So let's say I save this here, I add another custom scanner. I will, I will name it my my scanner, and I will select the market as BSE. And in BSE, I want to see all the stocks that at any point of time on end of day they break peak. Okay, so I save the scanner here and it is saved. Okay, so I auto run it. If I want to auto run it, I daily I pick a time. Let's say I want to run it at 9 a.m. So what will happen is from tomorrow, every day at 9 a.m. I will get all the stocks in BSE that have broken peak. Okay, so I save this, and every day I will get. So I will have to remember to delete this, because otherwise from tomorrow I'll keep getting those notifications, right? So if you have installed Shasva on your mobile, you will get notifications on your mobile as well. So even if you're traveling, if you're going to office, or you are in office, or you're in the bank, or you're anywhere, if you're a doctor, you're in your clinic, you will get these results as a notification on your mobile phone. If you want to run it again, you just click here, run, and you select the time range. Let's again say from 1st to the 17th, and I say run. Okay, and it is scanning, show last scan results, and it will show no data to display. Okay, because uh, okay, so these are the stocks where probably there has been break peak on various days ranging from 1st July to 17th July. So here there is one stock where on 16th July 2020 there has been a break peak. Okay, so I can see all these if I want, but ultimately what do I do? So ultimately, if I have to rely on the star rating itself, Shasva star rating, rather than going backwards, looking at the stock and then looking at the star rating, and then according to the star, you can go the other way around. You can first rather than looking for a break peak and then looking at the Shasva star scanner, you look at the Shasva star scanner, you look at the stars, and then you look for break peak in that stock, and probably go for buy. Okay, so that is the custom scanner. There is we have a Shasva algo scanner. Again, it is pretty exhaustive, pretty overwhelming for a lot of people. In algo scanners, you can scan for intraday, NSE futures. So in intraday, there are only break peak, break prof, and snowball which you can scan for. But if you go for historical, you get many more options. You can scan for almost all our algos here. So if you want to scan for the algo of let's say Shakti. Okay, so Shakti, there is a range. Now if you want to know the range for all the algos, we have a PDF which we can share with you on demand. If you want, we can share with you, or probably we'll put it up on the group for everybody's reference. So if you are into scanning algo using the algo scanners, there is a range that you have to use for each algo. So for example, for Ummid is basically the probability. Okay, what is the probability? So if I want to see the probability, probably I want to have a probability of more than 70%. So what it says is you have a probability of more than 70% of winning in this particular stock or trade. So let's say I go for I select NSE as the market, end of day long, or let's say I go for a weekly chart. Okay, and so we are looking for a probability of more than 70%, between 70 to 100%. Again, you select a range. Okay, from 1st July to let's say 17th July, that was yesterday, and scan. So these are the stocks you get where on a weekly chart you have a probability of more than 70%. So if you see here Abbott already is a 4-star stock. It has a probability of more than almost 80%. 4-star stock, excellent. You can just again you can sort it by your star rating. So you will get all the top stocks here. So if you can see here, you are getting all these Abbott in India, TechM, Bajaj Finance, Reliance, Goldbees, all these are here where you get you can sort it by the Ummid, that is the probability. So here Nifty services sector, Tech Mahindra has a probability of more than 91%. HDFC Bank has a probability of more than 90%. Bajaj Finance has a probability of almost 90%. So what it says is these stocks, if you are trading on a weekly chart for a long term, these stocks they have very good probability of giving you a positive result at the end of the day. But again, it's probability, so nothing is 100%. This is the Shasva algo scanner. I hope I have gone through most of what these features have to offer.